Video will describe section 7.2, continuing on the topic of the rectangular coordinate system. So we learned in section 7.1 how we can plot points or graph ordered pairs on a grid or a coordinate system. So now we're going to look at graphing linear equations. So this is where we graph two variables, connect them, and when we connect them, we form a straight line. So to graph a line or to graph a function, an equation that is a line, we're going to find three ordered pairs that are solutions to the equation by using a table to find those, plot those points, and draw a line through those points. This will be very similar to your problem of the week this week. So here we have an equation, y equals negative x plus 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose any value for x and plug that in for x to find the corresponding y value. So if x equaled 1, we would have negative 1 plus 3, which equals 2. This is like a function. What if x equaled 2? What would be our output for y if our input is 2? Well, negative 2 plus 3 equals 1. What is the negative of negative 1 plus 3? Well, this would become positive. 1 plus 3 is 4. So if these are my 3 points, I can plot them on a coordinate grid on my graph here, connect them, draw arrows to show this would continue, and there is my line, my linear equation. The x-intercept of a line is the point where the line crosses the x-axis. So as we talked about in section 7.1, that would mean the y value has to be 0. And if the line is passing through the y-intercept, that means x had to be equal to 0 because we did not go left or right. We stayed at the origin and only went up or down. So we can find the x-intercept by replacing y with 0. We can solve and find a y-intercept by replacing x with 0. And we can also find one additional ordered pair, so we have 3 points to graph a line. And this makes it easy because if we're dealing with smaller numbers, since one of them already equals 0, it makes it a lot easier to solve our equations. So in this case, if we had x equaled 0, we can solve for y to equal 2, find a y-intercept, see if if y is equal to 0, solve for x, and then we can find one more point to plot two graphs. If it equals negative 3, then y would equal 4. Horizontal lines going from left to right. If the graph of an equation is a straight line, it's parallel to the x-axis. That is considered a horizontal line, and it is the form of y equals b. B is some real number. So why is that? Because it is only going left or right. It is at the point on the y-axis of 2, which means 0, 2 is our point. And if I'm graphing this line, y equals mx plus b, there is no slope. It is a straight line. It's not going up or downhill. Same thing here, no slope. So our equation is just y equals negative 3. That is the equation of the line that is graphed here. Here is our vertical line. A vertical line goes up and down. It is the form of x equals a, where a is just the number of the x-axis. So x equals negative 4. That is what this line would look like because we did not go up or down anywhere to start plotting our point. Point was at negative 4, and that was it. So all of our points would be x equals negative 4, and y would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or negative 1, 2, 3, or any value in between. And same with x equals positive 2. And last, here's a graph. We were asked to graph this equation, so we want to solve for x. X equals 5. You'll notice that there's no y value here, so that means that our graph is at 5. There's no y value, so If x is 5, then we are graphing a vertical line, just like that.